back in town.
That's right. She's pretty. That's right. Hi, he's Noel. I'm Teddy, and we're the Wilburn Brothers. We're going to have fun for 30 minutes with the most beautiful girl in the world, Dolly Parton. Bobby Lewis. Jimmy Lee Morris. And all the Nashville Tennesseans.
Who threw a brick through my front glass? Little Johnny from down the street. Who's been digging up the courthouse grass? Little Johnny from down the street. Who's been pulling little Jane's pigtails? Who filled the whole street up with nails? Turned the neighbors 30 shades of pale. Little Johnny from down the street. I tried to find and whip that kid, but he ran off somewhere and hid. He blames other kids for the things he did. Little Johnny from down the street. Who turned a garter snake loose in school? Who put frogs in the swimming pool? Who taught the other kids how to cuss and put little brother on the interstate bus? Little Johnny from down the street. Who's that boy that's all grown up? Little Johnny from down the street. Who fell head over heels in love? Little Johnny from down the street. And would you know it's the same little girl that used to cry when he pulled her curls? Now Jane thinks Johnny is her whole world. Little Johnny from down the street. In orders for his country came, he pulled out on the midnight train. Now Jane is crying with a different pain for little Johnny from down the street. Who is it everybody misses now? The neighborhood's quiet where it used to be loud. Who is it won't be coming home? Died in a foreign land all alone. Little Johnny from down the street. For people like me, he gave his life. He made the biggest sacrifice. Never had a chance to make Jane his wife. Little Johnny from down the street. Little Johnny from down the street.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Did I mess you up on the opening?
Oh, no, you didn't mess me up.
You said you were Teddy.
Well, I got to thinking I was because somebody called me Teddy a while ago and wanted my autograph.
I hope Charlie Rich is watching because I gave him a plug when I said that Dolly Parton was here, the most beautiful girl in the world.
Yeah, and if you ever see her, folks, tell
her Doll's crying.
I love her. Will you do that? Make welcome, Miss Dolly Parton.
All right.
Here's a song dedicated to Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Your beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of auburn hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. And he talks about you in his sleep, and there's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. Oh, and I can easily understand how you could easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. Jolene, could have your choice of men, but I could never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. And I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him even though you can. Jolene, Jolene. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Dolly, that's wonderful. You know, I watch you on the Porter Wagner Show every week.
Well, I'm glad you do, because we watch you too.
Oh, well, I've been over there looking at the monitor, and I think you're even prettier on the Wilburn Brothers Show than you are on Porter's.
Oh, thanks. I needed that.
Now listen at the boys over there. Ha, 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 ha.
Listen,
Oh, they're a mess and a half. But that's a beautiful
well,
job.
thank you very much.
You wrote that, right?
Yeah, right.
Wonderful. Not only is she a songwriter, not only does she have beauty, but if you ever get a chance to see the Porter Wagner Show or Dolly Parton when they're on personal appearance tours, go see them. They do a great job. We'll be right back after this important message to say hello to Bobby Lewis. Well, you folks have to put up with me for another second or two here, because I'm here to do a very important thing, possibly the most important thing I've ever done in my life. What are you boys laughing about? I'm going to admit to the folks that I made a bad mistake because I introduced the wrong guest. But I hope that while we were making the changes, and I admitted that I was guilty of making the first mistake in my life, I want you to say hello to our guest, Jimmy Lee Morris, will you please?
Thank you, Doyle. Each night I go to hillbilly heaven with a honky-tonk angel in my dream. She's always dressed in her honky-tonk best, and everyone in heaven envies me, 'cause she wears velvet wings by highlight, blue ribbon rose, a Budweiser wristwatch, and pearls by Michelob, a halo by Falstaff, and bright sterling rings. My honky-tonk angel in my honky-tonk dream. Each night when I'm hanging on cloud 7, she picks me up and puts me on cloud 9. She always appears after my 13th beer. She never stands me up and she's on time. And she wears velvet wings by highlight, blue ribbon rose, a Budweiser wristwatch, and pearls by Michelob, a halo by Falstaff, and bright sterling rings. My honky-tonk angel in my honky-tonk dreams. My honky-tonk angel in my honky-tonk dreams.
All right. Jimmy Lee Morris. Here's a song of ours called Simon Crutchfield's Grave. We hope you'll enjoy hearing it. Well, I remember very
Hotel about old Simon Crutchfield and a friend. Now Mary was his pretty wife, and they loved every breath of life before they took old Riley Harper in. Now Simon plowed and worked the fields, and Mary cooked their meals, while Riley kept an eye out on the place. Still no one knows just when this episode came to an end. They only knew of Simon Crutchfield's grave. Mary Crutchfield, you should be ashamed. Get on your knees and pray your soul be saved. Riley Harper, if the devil is to blame, why can't we drive by Simon Crutchfield's grave? In the year of 1864, a blizzard came across the moor, and all the crops were sold out, none was saved. And the only way to get to town was a wagon road that wound around through the woods past Simon Crutchfield's grave. Now some folks say that they lay there at least 6 months or more before an old fur trapper found their bones. He claimed they wrote their epitaph on the cabin floor, just the way it reads today on crumpled stone. Mary Crutchfield, here lies Mary Crutchfield, 'cause she betrayed the love that Simon gave. Riley Harper, here lies Riley Harper, 'cause he couldn't drive by Simon Crutchfield's grave.
Thank you. One of the greatest young personalities in country music that we've ever had to be a guest on our show. I know you folks have loved him in the past. You love him today. Mr. Bobby Lewis.
Clouding my eyes, too many memories choke my mind. If you were just one memory, I might get over you. But there's so many little things that we used to do, like all-night talks, summer walks, love in the afternoon. There's just too many memories of you. Too many memories clouding my eyes. Too many memories choking my mind. I gave away my radio so I wouldn't hear our song. I gave you back your puppy dog and the star we wished upon, but they're still flying kites. Summer nights, the trip we took last June. There's just too many memories of you. Too many memories clouding my eyes. Too many memories
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you very much, Bobby Lewis. I have a book here titled Country Singers as I Know Them, written by Mae Axton. You know that she wrote Heartbreak Hotel, which was one of the greatest songs of the year, if not the greatest, recorded by Elvis Presley. We have Mae Axton with us. And Dolly, would you like to ask Mae what inspired her to write this book?
I sure would. Like you mentioned before, she does write great, and I'm sure that there's lots of things in this book that you'd like to tell them about, and you'd do a better job of it than me, so why don't you tell
Well,
them?
thank you, Dolly. That's very sweet of you, and I'm glad to be here with both of you and be on the Wilburn Brothers Show. Of course, I'm part of the Wilburn Brothers family, I think. This is a personal insight into the artists as I know them and have come to know them in about 25 years of association with them, writing songs for them, stories about them, and country songwriting and so forth. And the book has 384 pages. It's hardcover. There's a picture there that you can't get. Ernest Tubb and Red Foley. From the Wilburn Brothers to Roy Acuff, Elvis Presley, Peggy Sue and Sonny Wright, Waylon Jennings. Well, there are 34 of them. Roy Drusky, Little Jimmy Dickens, Roger Miller, Glenn Campbell. Beautiful book, and if they need to know some more information, I'm sure they could write here to the Wilburn Brothers Show and find out about it, couldn't they, Doll?
Certainly, or they can write to Dolly Parton and care of the Porter Wagner
Right,
Show or the
Porter
Grand Ole
Wagner
Opry.
Show.
Sure, anyway.
Right.
Right.
We surely will do it. Mae, it's a beautiful book. I haven't had time to read all of it, but I appreciate very much you taking out time to let the fans that watch the Wilburn Brothers Show each week know that this book is available for those of you that want to find out more about the private lives of your favorite country music stars that you see each week as special guests on the Wilburn Brothers Show. And I want to thank Dolly Parton for sitting in here with Mrs. Axton. And we will see you in just a minute. Right now, the boys are going to give you a sample of some of her writing in melody.
Very good. You know, Dolly Parton is probably one of our better songwriters in Nashville, Tennessee, and she writes just about every type of song that you would care to hear. We've asked her to do an inspirational song that she wrote for our inspiration number on the show today. We know you'll enjoy Dolly doing God's Coloring Book.
Today as I was walking in the fields just down the way, I sat down on a fallen log to pass the time away. And as I looked around me, the more that I did look, the more I realized that I was viewing God's coloring book. I saw a golden ray of sunlight, a silver drop of dew, the whiteness of a floating cloud against a sky of blue, a yellow dandelion, a pretty evergreen, and some red and orange flowers growing wild along the stream. And the more I look around me, the more that I do look, the more I realize that I am viewing God's coloring book. The grayness in an old man's hair, the pink in baby's cheeks, the blackness in a stormy sky, the brown in fallen leaves, the multicolored rainbow stretched out across the sky, and the purple haze at sunset just before the night. Then I turn my face toward the sky and say a silent prayer. Though God doesn't speak to me, I see him everywhere. Yes, he is all around me, everywhere I look, and each new day is just a new page in God's coloring book. Each new day is but a new page in God's coloring book.
Come on in here. Dolly's leaving town. Bobby Lewis, you do here too. Jimmy, come on in, join us. Dolly, thank you. Bobby, a lot of fun. Hey, friends, join us again next week, same time on the Wilburn Brothers Show.